Hello, I'm Louisa Pilbeam. This is Counting the Cost on Al Jazeera, your weekly look at the world of business and economics. This week, OPEC Plus pumps more oil, while Donald Trump's tariffs target Russian crude buyers. Gaurav Sharma is an independent UK-based energy market analyst who provides insights and reports on his blog, The Oilholics Anonymous. And he joins us now from London. Thank you so much for joining us on the programme, Gaurav. We're having this conversation before a scheduled meeting between Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin in Alaska. So among other priorities, obviously Ukraine, they could agree a deal on oil. How could that reshape the global oil market? Today, more than 1 million Muslim Rohingya live in dire conditions in the world's largest refugee camp in Cox's Bazar in Bangladesh. But international aid to support them is shrinking, and food vouchers have been cut in half, leaving many families surviving on barely $6 a month. This is clearly a devastating situation for the Rohingya people. But we also have now the Bangladesh interim leader saying that his country can no longer afford to bear the brunt of the biggest refugee camp in the world. A huge economic strain over 8 years. How devastating has this been for Bangladesh's economy? You're watching Al Jazeera. A reminder of our top stories this hour. This is a win-win for Putin, isn't it? A meeting on the world stage with the most powerful man in the world?
Well, absolutely. From the very get-go, this is being seen as a win here by Moscow.
You mentioned there China and Russia, and that was going to be my next question. I mean, where are they sitting here? Because they have vested interests in Venezuela. And then, of course, we have Saudi Arabia's interests.
Yeah, well, Venezuela is, first of all, an open country. So all oil producers around the world are looking very closely to what is happening.
40% inflation, huge economic problems in Iran. How much is this, though, in terms of these demonstrations, due to the economy, the nuclear issue? So let's go to that now. I mean, how unstable is the Middle East at the moment, considering Israel's short war with Iran in June and then US attacks on those nuclear sites?
It is very unstable.
US President Donald Trump has doubled down on his sweeping tariffs, and despite a second day of stock market losses, he says his policies, quote, will never change. Here's the reaction on Wall Street. Investors continue to sell off US stocks. A similar picture on other markets. The Dow Jones is losing at least another 3% in Friday's trading on fears the US is heading into a recession. Stellantis, a giant of the car industry, it's already paused production in its car plant in Windsor, Ontario. So 4,500 jobs roughly temporarily laid off. With these kinds of moves, how concerning are Trump's tariffs for Canada?
Well, I think the Trump tariffs are very concerning for Canada. I think they're very concerning for the United States.
This is BBC News. Welcome if you're watching here in the UK or around the globe. I'm Louisa Pilbeam. Our top stories. US President Joe Biden has announced a new package of military aid for Ukraine, including ammunition, artillery and armoured vehicles. It's come on the final day of the G7 Summit of World Leaders. The world's fascination with Labubu has almost tripled Pop Mart's profits in the last year. Ashley, we've certainly been talking about this a lot in the Al Jazeera newsrooms. I have to say, how does this toy go from quirky-looking doll to worldwide craze? Is it luck or is it a well-executed marketing strategy?
I would say it's a lot of things coming together.
OK, I might have to go out and get my Labubu then. Ashley Daranock, thank you very much for joining us.